on the positive side, and I'm stretching here, but it is true. We are being recognized throughout the country by departments throughout the country, other mayors and what have you, for how the city has responded to this. And in fact, Ben Crump, the attorney representing the Nichols family, saying that they should be a blueprint. This is a blueprint, Memphis is, for how they've decided, how they've handled this case. You know, Memphis Police Chief C.J. Davis is determined to make some changes. I talked to her today. She did tell us that she had taken whatever steps she possibly could, including alerting the National Guard in case things got bad tonight. Of course, they haven't really. She is receiving a lot of praise for how her department has handled all of this. And I think that the other important thing here is her big frustration, and that is that there's still no explanation as to why officers behaved as we've been seeing on this video. She hasn't even seen evidence, she says, of Tyre driving recklessly, which is the reason why officers said they had pulled him over. And just a year and a half into her job here in Memphis, and the first non-Memphian, by the way, to become chief since the 1970s, she says her biggest challenge is changing this culture within the Memphis Police Department.
You see what the most egregious part of that night was happening on that video. It's almost like most of the time officers go from 1 to 5 and then, you know, at the highest 10. This video starts off at about a 10, which is very confusing. Chiefs around the country have applauded the Memphis Police Department. They feel like this incident sets a precedent. I would hate that somebody's life loss would have to be the reason that it sets a precedent, that we should deal with officers quickly, swiftly, and they should be treated like other people that commit crimes. That's why I don't apologize for what I did. And I've let my officers know. I did a video to the public, I did a video to them. And I told them, I will support you 100% when you do the right thing. But if you do not take care of our citizens, you do not have my support and you don't get to wear this uniform.
There you go. You can see my full interview with Chief C.J. Davis, her candid comments about this being the most challenging point in her career, other cops that may be disciplined within her department, and more on what reform measures need to happen. All you have to do is go to abc24.com/now and see the whole interview there.